welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see by the title, today we created our number 2 fall makeup look, and it is a very intense cut crease using the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. You guys wanted to see more looks with this palette, so I'm doing that for you guys. All the shadows are in here. I didn't use anything else. But if you guys want to see how I create this look, then just keep on watching. But make sure you guys subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up for me. And alrighty, so our brows are done as always. Our eyelids are primed and set. So we're gonna go ahead and do eyeshadow first. Start off with our eyes. We're gonna be using the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. And take Orange Soda, which is this color right here. And that is going to be our transition shade. And they do have a lot of fallout, but they have good pigmentation and they're buildable, and honestly, they're worth it. So I think if you can handle that little fallout, you'll be good. So since we're gonna be doing like a half cut crease, I'm gonna make sure that I put enough of this color so it's seen whenever we do cut it. So I'll take it up just a little bit. You can build it up, as you can see. This is a great transition shade. I like how it looks on my skin tone. It's like orange, but yet looks kind of like peach. Before I forget, I'm gonna take a small brush like this. I'm gonna go into the shade Tempera. I think it's this one. It's like a beige cream color. I'm gonna take that on my brow bone. Very, very pretty. It has a little bit of shimmer, but just enough to kind of, so that way all the colors don't just take over the brow. And then going in with this, again, just kind of lightly blend it. There we go. And with another brush, I'll be taking the shade right under, which is this one right here. That one is called the Burnt Orange, and that's what it looks like. Similar to the color we used, but a little bit more of a burnt undertone. And what I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna look straight to my mirror, and I'm gonna put this color right where my crease opens. So that's why I like to have my eye open, so I don't take it up too far. And I know that right where it fits in my socket, that's where I'm going to be placing it and see it. Obviously you can go back and intensify it, but save yourself a little work and just do it like this. And I'm gonna do more like a round eyeshadow look. I don't want to extend it too much. I want my eyes to look more like big and round for this look, since I will be doing like a half cut crease. But if you prefer more of that cat eye like I usually do, you can go ahead and extend it out a little. And I am bringing it in this color, the second shade, a little, because again, we're gonna be cutting that crease, so you will see that. You guys see how beautiful these shades blend very, very nicely. With the same shade, I'll be taking the same brush. I'll be taking this shade right here. This one's called Sienna. This is more of a like brown burgundy. And again, doing kind of the same motions, but packing it on the outside first. And then I will slowly again take it in. For this color, I'm only gonna go halfway on my eyelid, just right here. I'm not gonna take it in like the other color, because with this, we're gonna start adding more depth into our crease for the cut crease. You see how pretty? You see how this color just gave it a little bit more dimension? And they're all around the same tone, but really just the way you place them and play around with them, you can make so many different looks. So again, just patting, and with this I am going a little closer, because like I said, the closer your hand to the brush, the more color you're going to kind of place. And then once I want to start to disperse it, I will go ahead and go a little further, and I will start blending that out. This is a beautiful, beautiful shade. Very, very pretty. Smaller brush, I'm going to take a dab of this one and this one, these two. Because this one's a little purple, but I still want that brown, like neutral color. So we'll go ahead and do this. And this is definitely just going to stay on the outside of can pat that. I find it easier that way so it doesn't like move everywhere. Getting a little bit of fallout right there. Have you guys noticed that sometimes in some palettes, I'm going to take that brush again from the first, I'm just going to kind of blend this out. In some palettes, there's some shades that are a little bit more patchy, like harder to work with, and sometimes those are the matte. And I found that this brown right here, the kind of like purple brown, wasn't as easy to blend, so that's why I mixed it with the other one, because that kind of helped it make it easier to blend. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just my palette that's a little patchy. But if you guys have this palette and that happens, try blending it with another shade, like a softer shade, and it should help your blending much easier. So that is that for now. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna cut one crease for you guys on camera, and then I'll do the other one off camera. Taking like a small detailed brush, one like this, very, very small. I'll be taking my Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade Sand. I like taking this concealer because it's one of my lightest ones, and it's very, very smooth, like very creamy, so it glides on to my crease. I literally take it and I run it through the middle. So I know that's kind of where I want to start, and then I go to the sides. And then from there I do a line, and I slowly going up. I literally just follow my crease. I've showed you the trick where you can go up, and right where you can kind of see this, let me do it a little harder. Right there, that's how high I'm gonna go so you can see the crease on my eye shape. For every eye shape is different, so that's why I say if you do that little trick, it's going to be for your eye shape. Because my trick for my eye shape might be different than your trick for your eye shape. I have like the first kind of like layer of my concealer. I go in with a little bit more. People like to go in with a lot at first, but I feel like it's kind of more messier. So I do my first layer, which is really thin, and then I take my second one to really perfection it. And then when I'm going on this shadow, I take the brush the opposite way so it can take that shade and kind of blend it into the concealer, so there's not that harsh line. And I take my finger and I pat it just like that. And let me go ahead and do this cut crease, and I'll be right. So once we're looking kind of creepy like this, I'm gonna go ahead and take this shade first. This is called Fairy. And with the same brush that I took my concealer, I'm going to take it very detailed. I'm going to put it on the outside of my crease so I can again like define that little line. See how pretty that color is? This brush right here, I'm going to go ahead and spray it with some spray. And I'm going to be taking this shade right here, this gold right here, and I'm going to take that on the outer of my crease, like this part right here, to deepen it up a little. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take a very detailed brush. Let me find it. And both of these brushes right here, they look like this. And first I'm going to take this one to pat. I'm going to take this shade and this shade very lightly. I'm going to add this right here so we can like diffuse this harsh line. So with this one, we're kind of just patting. Once we got it placed down, I'm going to take this one with this shade right here that was burnt orange. I'm going to blend lightly on top and the edges. sienna, which was that red, and just make sure that everything's blended out. Just a smidge of this black right here, just because I want a little bit more dimension for that gold to pop out. So with black, just be very, very careful and build it up slowly. Don't want to like put a bunch first and try to blend it out, because that's going to be a lot harder. So just with this smidge and more like closer to my lash line, place it, and then I'll slowly build it out. But with the black, I don't really like blending it too much. I kind of just place it just like that, just very, very little. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and add eyeliner. This eyeliner, I actually received it on my Ipsy bag, I think like in June, and I fell in love with it. And once I ran out, I'll probably purchase like the big sample, I'm guessing, because this is the mini. This is from the brand I can't say it, Ikeo London, and it is a fill tip like this, but it's so black, and it's honestly easy to do a wing liner with this. So all I like to do is I do the center first, make that line. You see how black that is? And then I'll slowly take it out. And then from my lash line, my bottom one, I just make a line. Just like that. And then I connect it. I take it from like the tip, whee, and just like that. And then we fill it in. And then I just bring it all in. I connect it. Just like that. And we got our wing. The eyes alone, and then we'll come finish up everything once I finish my face, so that way my lashes don't fall off with the setting spray. The trick that I learned, and I really liked the way it came out, was mixing your oil. Like, this is a primer and it is a moisturizer. Any oil you like. This is from Milani. This is the Prep and Smooth Camellia Face Oil. This is for your hair, nails, and your face and body. But I use it with my foundation. So I take a drop of the Born This Way foundation, and I take 2 drops of this, mix them, and it's flawless. And I've tried it with different foundations, and it's amazing, especially because I have dry skin, so I really like the way it smooths it out. My sponge, I just mix it all up, do my little cocktail, and we go in. And it just makes the foundation a lot smoother, and it also makes it more like healthy looking, if that makes sense. And like I said, it's just the way you like it. Obviously most people for winter, they like to go more for matte looks. I still like my glowy looks because I do have dry skin. So I like that little like inner highlight to show when I'm doing my makeup. But you know, obviously if you're gonna go out a long time, setting your face will still help, you know, your makeup prolong. But I like how it looks shiny and glowy. And it doesn't, like, since this is a full coverage foundation, I thought it was probably gonna make it more sheer, but no, it still gives me the coverage that I like it. So just try it out. I think it'll be a nice little trick for you guys to try out. And if you have oily skin, you can still do this, but obviously before you go in with your oil, put a mattifying primer, so that way your skin doesn't get too oily. Take what's left, and I'm really gonna bring it down because I feel like I've gotten so much lighter that most of my foundations are like too yellow. Like, I've gotten so pale that I feel like most of my foundations are yellow, because when I get a tan, instead of going more like on the golden side, I go more for like a yellow undertone. So that's why most of my foundations are more like yellow, like beige. But I haven't really been outside, so now I look pretty pale, like just white. I will be taking the Maybelline concealer and I'm going to be adding a few dots like this. Just a little. And then to actually conceal, I'll be taking the Smashbox waterproof concealer in the shade light medium. And I'm just going to do 2 little lines. Just like that. And then on here, little here, my nose and my forehead. This is more of like a peach undertone and I like the way it covers up my under eyes, but I feel like I need a little bit more of like the light coverage, so that's why I go with the Maybelline. To take a small detailed brush, I like to pat the concealer first, so that way I get the full coverage, and then I like to bring it down to my nose a little, so it's all kind of the same shade. Be careful with your little wing right here. And there we go. And then obviously once I'm done, I'll go ahead and just pat it out with my sponge. Make sure that the brush didn't leave any harsh lines. But there we go. That's how it looks. Trick I learned. Let's say your eyeliner didn't really come out the way you liked it or it's too thick. Take a little concealer on a small brush and kind of just sharpen it up. I'm gonna go a little bit more glam, so I'll be taking the Wet n Wild contour stick in the shade Maple 805, and we're just gonna kind of contour with cream. Just a little right here, and I'm gonna contour my nose just a little, do a little extra today. And then with a flat brush like this, I'm going to go ahead and staple this out. So I just pat it first, and then I'll slowly go in little circle motions, but going up. You don't want to go down because then that's going to bring your contour more down and you're going to look more muddy down here. So see, just like that. And we connect everything. Everything together here, and then we take this into the hairline cream. This is the L'Oreal Lumi highlighter. I'm just going to take some on the back of my hand and with my middle finger, just very little, mix it up a little. I'm going to take that on the high points and just to give me a little bit more glow. There we go. My under eyes, I will be taking the NYX Banana shade. I love this stuff. I'm already hitting pan, as you can see. I like to take this on my sponge. I look up and I set my under eyes. This brightens it and it makes sure that my concealer stays in place. So it's 2 in 1. And since I did bring the concealer a little down here, I'm going to do the same with this powder. And with the very tip, I'm going to take that on my contour as well. Set the rest of my face. I'll be taking the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder in the shade 20, which is light medium, I believe. Yes. With this, I like to take like a big fluffy brush. I take what's on the lid, tap it off, and we pat. Since I do have dry skin, I don't bake, and since I did put some on my neck, we're going to take it down so that way when you hug somebody, it doesn't go all over them. And just like a small layer of it, since I have dry skin, if I put too much powder, it sets on my fine lines and it just makes me look very dry. To add a little bit of bronzer, taking the Hula Benefit. I am so sad. I was doing my what is it called, my face, and I dropped my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer bronzer, and it shattered everywhere, and it was just really sad. And I haven't gone and purchased another one, but I totally will. I actually prefer that one over this one, and this one's a high-end one. Like, this is more of an expensive one, but honestly, I like the way The butter bronzer blends out, and I also like more of like the undertone of it. Very warm, very pretty. Blush, I'll also be taking the Benefit Dallas with the same brush. Actually, no, let me take another one. My blush one. And there we go. Everything kind of neutral, so that way my eyes can be the star of the show. There we go. And then I'm going to set my face. We're all done with the powders. I like to set my face and then my highlighter, so it like pops. So I'll be taking the Milani Make It Last Setting Spray. And it's been pretty humid here in Yuma, so we need this setting spray. And I pat this in so that way there's no harsh lines. The Master Chrome Maybelline in the shade, what is this? Molten Gold. And we're gonna add this as our highlighter. Ooh, so pretty. I'll add my lashes and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so our lashes are on. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the bottom lashes. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of do the same motions I did on top. I'm gonna be taking Burnt Orange, that shade right there, exactly kind of the same. Just gonna take this. And I'm gonna take some of Sienna and Burnt Orange. Just a little like that. On a very small brush, I'm gonna take some of the black. I'm gonna put this very close to my waterline. Just to give you a little black. Like that, so our eyes are very smoky. And just take a brush and make sure we blend the black with the other shades. Make them a little smoky. The Voluminous Paradise Lash Mascara. I got a new one, but I don't know where it's at. I have to look for it. My husband really likes when I put black on my waterline because it makes my eyes look like very chocolate brown. So a final little trick that I wanted to do, but I feel like since I'm going out, I don't want to look like way too crazy, but I really liked it. Taking the hard candy, taking this gold right here, like literally just taking your fingers and dab will make it look even more like shiny, like that actual gold that you want to look like super shiny. But since I am going out, I wanted to tone it down just a little bit. But I did do it when I first tried this makeup look. I didn't. He really liked it, but I wanted to keep a little natural look. I'll take the Rimmel lip liner in the shade Wine, and we're gonna line our lips just a little. Just like that. And then with my favorite lipstick, this is the Maybelline Super, what is this? Super Stain Matte Ink lipstick in the shade Amazonian. This is like a burnt burgundy, I guess. This lasts all day. Like I eat with it, I drink with it, like, you know, soda, water, anything, and it stays. And it smells like chocolate. And I really like the tip of this because it's really easy to like outline my lips. One thing people are like, oh, this doesn't last. Yes, you have to let it dry first. Like it takes a while to dry down like completely. And once it dries, it will last, trust me. And even if for whatever reason, whatever you're doing, it doesn't last too much, it's not gonna fade completely. Number 2, makeup fall look. I really hope you guys liked it. This is more of a cut crease, very glammed with everything very bold. You could even go with a more bold lip, But you know, like I said, I'm going out. I don't want to look too scary yet. But I really love making these fall looks for you guys. So if you guys have more ideas, or if you guys want to see me create other makeup looks, send me on my Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, anything. I'll leave them down in the description box so you guys can see those. So I hope you guys liked it. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up for me, and make sure you subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.